Welcome to STOIC PATH, where we dive into the transformative lessons of Stoicism. Today, we're investigating how to ace the intellect through stolid practices, building passionate flexibility, and accomplishing internal tranquility. In a world regularly full with chaos and instability. Stoicism isn't fair. A philosophy, IT, quote, a way of life. An old system that educates us how to control our thoughts, emotions, and reactions. While the Stoics lived centuries ago, their lessons reverberate profoundly with the challenges we confront today. This video will direct you through stolid standards that will not, as it were, assist you construct enthusiastic versatility, but to engage you to live a life of ethicalness and purpose. We'll break down these ageless concepts in ways that are practical and simple to apply in Way of Life 1. Understanding what's inside your control. At the heart of stolid logic lies a straightforward, however significant thought. Center on what you'll control and acknowledge what you cannot. Epictetus, a famous stolid philosopher, famously expressed, "A few things are in our control and others are not." This might sound basic, but genuinely understanding and applying this concept is transformative. Think around how frequently we stretch over things that are past our control, like the activities of others, the state of the economy, or indeed the weather. Stoicism instructs us that by centering our vitality exclusively on what we are able to control, our thoughts, actions, and responses, we reclaim our mental and enthusiastic power. This move in center not, as it were, reduces uneasiness, but too fortifies our capacity to confront misfortune with a calm and consistent intellect. Take a minute to reflect. How numerous of the things that cause you stretch or stress are really beyond your control? By recognizing this, we promptly help our mental load, creating more space for significant activities and considerations that are inside our control. 2. Negative visualization, preparing the intellect for life's challenges. One of the foremost unmistakable and capable impassive hones is negative visualization, the act of mulling over worst-case scenario. At first, this might appear counterintuitive or pessimistic. Let's investigate why it's really unimaginably enabling. The Stoics caught on that life is unpredictable. At any moment, we might confront loss, failure, or startling change. By envisioning potential hardships such as the misfortune of a job, an adored one's sudden illness, we get ready our minds for these possibilities. This doesn't cruel, we stay on negativity, but it makes a difference. Appreciate and rational difficult when it in practice. Negative visualization cultivate when we realize things we gotten to be more grateful. This move in join and more tied down inner. Envision this, you visual losing, you know the market. Mindfulness isn't fair for minutes of crisis. It's a apparatus for day-by-day life. We frequently let our minds wander into stresses around long-term or laments, almost the past, losing locus of the display moment. The Stoics encourage us to center on the now, for it is, as it were, within the display that we have the control to act, respond, and live completely. How can we join impassive mindfulness into our lives? One practical strategy is by stopping intermittently all through the day to watch our considerations without judgment. Are we stressing approximately something we can't control? Are we responding sincerely without considering the truths? By practicing this mindfulness, we can select to reply with reason and calmness. 4. The hone of journaling, an instrument for self-reflection. One of the foremost viable ways to lock in careful self-reflection is through journaling, a propensity cherished by the Stoics, including Marcus Aurelius. His Reflections is basically an individual diary filled with reflections, reminders, and philosophical experiences to assist him remain grounded in stolid standards. By putting considerations to paper, we can moderate down and evaluate our emotions, decisions, and beliefs. Journaling makes an opportunity for us to lock in everyday self-improvement. We can inquire ourselves, did I react with ideals today? Or, what considerations driven me to superfluous stretch or anger? This prepare makes a difference as recognize designs in our behavior and move toward a more impassive way of considering and living. For an advanced Stoic, journaling can serve as a calm retreat, a minute of reflection in the midst of the clamor of life. Through this practice, we create more prominent self-awareness and a clearer sense of purpose. Over time, it gets to be simpler to spot nonsensical beliefs, reframe negative emotions, and fortify the impassive standards of wisdom, courage, justice, and restraint. 5. Respond, don't respond. the key to impassive calm. One of the foremost effective perspectives of Stoicism is the capacity to reply, or maybe then react. In our day-by-day lives, we frequently confront circumstances that trigger a quick, passionate reaction, be it anger, frustration, or sadness. But the Stoics educate that, in any given moment, we have the choice to delay and reflect, sometime recently, reacting. Epictetus emphasized the significance of self-control, reminding us that it's not what happens to you, but how you respond to it that matters. When confronted with difficulty or stress, we can take a minute to breathe, assess the situation, and select a reaction adjusted with our values. By doing so, we keep up our inward peace and integrity, no matter what the outside world tosses our way. This doesn't smothering emotions. Rather, it implies developing the teach to step back and choose how to act over time. This propensity leads to more noteworthy enthusiastic strength and a profound sense of tranquility. You might begin by practicing this in little moments, like when you're stuck in traffic or managing with an irritating coworker, and continuously apply it to greater life challenge. 6. Living a life of ethicalness. Ultimately, the impassive way is around living a life of virtue. For the Stoics, virtues such as wisdom, courage, justice, and restraint were the directing lights that molded their choices and actions. Living high-mindedly implies making choices that adjust with these principles, no matter how troublesome the circumstance. In this sense, Stoicism isn't around smothering feelings or being impassive to life's delights and sorrows. Instead, it's approximately exploring life with reason, compassion, and integrity, using the shrewdness of the stolid logic to stay secured in what genuinely things. Conclusion: ace your mind, master your life. As we've investigated today, mastering the intellect through Stoicism may be a pair of developing awareness, practicing preparation, and reacting intentionally to life's challenges. These stolid principles, focusing on what you'll control, visualizing potential hardships, practicing mindfulness, journaling for self-reflection, and reacting instead of reacting, are devices that can lead you to a more resilient, tranquil, and satisfying life. By joining these owns into your everyday routine, you can start to experience a significant move in how you approach both minor stresses and major life challenges. The stolid way isn't approximately